Hi, my name is Erica Van Eaton. You can find me at ericavaneaton.com. Today, we're going to talk about expansion, how to expand your energy. So when we are feeling really emotional, we make ourselves really dense. Our energy field shrinks and it becomes a little bit more disoriented, making something that would normally seem pretty small feel a lot bigger. So when we're dealing with something stressful, if we're dealing with paying the bills or family or any number of these other things that can cause us a little bit of stress or anxiety, we need to make ourselves bigger, and that will make that thing smaller, because the goal is to shift our chemical state in relationship to whatever thing triggers us. There's certain programmed triggers that we have because of our life experiences when it comes to different things in our lives. And if we're wanting to create and manifest a different reality, a different experience with this thing, we have to create an internal different chemical response. The only way that we can do that is by initiating a release and relaxing the nervous system, deepening our breath, and then literally expanding our energy field. So we're going to practice that today and walk you through it. All right. So begin by taking a breath. Then every time you breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit slower than normal, you're signaling to the body that you're safe. So take a few deep breaths and begin to signal that you're safe because you have time to breathe deeply. Good. Now I would like you to imagine a sphere of light in your heart. Yes, and that sphere of light, whatever color it is, allow it to be that color, and we're just going to allow it to get bigger. So we're going to imagine through intention, energy flows where intention goes. So if we're intending for this ball of energy to get bigger, we can, and make it 360 degrees bigger. So down, up, front, back, side to side, make it bigger than your body. Good, bigger than the room you're in. Yes, now make it bigger than the building you're in. You can do this at work. You can do this while you're driving. Good, make it bigger than the city you're in. Good, now make it bigger than the country you're in. Yes, now make it bigger. Make it bigger than the earth. You can feel yourself going under the ocean, through the ocean, above the ocean, through the clouds, above the clouds, on out, past the earth. You can even imagine yourself getting bigger and going out past the moon. Perfect. Now, what I want you to be aware of is just notice if you can feel the space in front of you, if you can feel the space behind you, if you can feel the space on either side of you, if you can feel that edge that's out past the moon. Just let yourself get big. There's a little bit of resistance I can feel from some of you, like right along the back of the neck, right there. Oh. So we're just going to tell our minds and our bodies that it's safe to expand, that we're in a safe space. Take another big breath in. Your body, we can shrink this energy right back up at any time, but just for now, we're just playing. So just let your body know that it's safe to expand. There we go. Good. Now I want you to purposefully think about something that stresses you out or causes a little bit of anxiety. But we're going to divert our focus. So we're going to be aware of that sensation in our bodies, but a lot of our energy, I want you to also focus like way out here way out the outer edge that's out past the moon of your energy field. Just place through intention your awareness from that perspective, almost like you're in space looking down at this thing that causes you stress. Now, when you do that, what you'll notice is this thing that seems kind of stressful actually is really small. It takes up such a small amount of energy, but when we are converging our focus, when we are like hyper focused on this one thing, it is very consuming of your mind, of your emotions, and of your energy. And it locks into this thing, and then it blows that thing out of proportion. It makes it bigger. Now, there are times when we need that kind of focus if it's a life or death situation. But a lot of time, these little things begin to feel like a life or death situation because we're so concentrated on them. And then it locks us in a certain kind of chemical state in response to this thing. And we're wanting to initiate something different. So if we're wanting to come into a place of overflow, of prosperity, or of feeling seen or heard, and not being scared to show up in a relationship and be authentically yourself, whatever that is for you, we have to feel safe in our bodies. We have to create a safe environment internally and come to a place of neutrality so that we're not locked in a codependent matter with this stress. So take a deep breath. Push your energy out again, because I can feel it collapsing in behind you. So just push it through intention. Okay, now look at that thing and think, I just want you to say to yourself, we always find a way. We always find a way to keep going. I'm going to find a way that I can keep going, and it gets to be easier. This gets to be easier. The bigger I make my energy and the bigger I continue to hold my energy, the more opportunities for me to make this easier are shown to me. Because it places my brain in a more coherent state. It's detaching my energy from this memory of this trigger to allow for a different experience to come forward. That's why this works. So we increase our energy, we make it bigger. And from that perspective, from the outside looking in, it helps us stay in the observer. So we don't get trapped in this codependent stress and chemical response with this trigger. We're rewriting the rules of this trigger. It no longer becomes a trigger. It no longer has hold over you. We're creating a different chemical response by becoming the gentle observer. How do we become the observer? People talk about it, but how do we do it? We do that by expanding and looking from the outside in, so we're not attaching and blowing up this thing, right? We're deflating a balloon when we do this. That way we can inflate something else. Good. So this is a practice. We're not going to perfect it overnight, right? So stick with it. Stick with continuing to make your energy bigger. And it will help you. It's not spiritual bypassing. We're just creating a different chemical response in the body so that we can create a different experience internally first, so that we can have externally a different experience as well. If you like the video, or if you have any questions or comments, you can write them below. And I've been taking the questions that are in my DMs or emailed, and I have been answering them on YouTube. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. So much love and light. Have a beautiful weekend.